You don't have a lot of room, you know, when you're sitting here. And just imagine the bigger guys. It's okay.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Yo!
Were we supposed to do that?
Oh, let me lower my mic. It's like man loud. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. What up, people?
What's up, Misfits?
What's good, everybody? It's your boy. It's your boy.
I want to start. Oh God, give me a second. Shit. Hold on.
1 second. Well, while we're waiting for Brooklyn Pete, let me give a big shout out to the one and the only Booker T. Happy birthday, Booker. 51 years young. You old goat. Got your Pampers on the way, bro. Shout out to Nas. Nas, what up, baby? What's good? Poppin'? What is poppin', my brother? Pala. What up, Pala? Big.
Okay. Damn.
Okay. Enough story.
I said to myself, I have to get that. I wanted to start out before we start the show. I wanted to give your boy Blunt right over here a shout out. Right? He took on the show last week by himself. I mean, I couldn't get there.
I was all alone. No.
He was all alone. He did awesome. I wasn't able. I couldn't watch it live because that wouldn't have made sense. I could watch it live and yet not be on the show. But Blunt again. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And guys, just let's give it a couple of hearts up there or a thumbs up to Blunt on the screen. Come on, hit that shit because he did awesome. I know it's not easy to do this by yourself. You know, when you plan the whole thing out by yourself, you have to keep. It's not easy. You know, if you just sit here and you're just gonna talk politics or something else, and you're just gonna, just go with the flow, that's a different story. But when you have something like what we do,
A little structure to
Well,
it. Yeah.
yeah. It's a lot. So anyway,
So let's get it moving, boys.
we're back. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
So we're back.
So you ready, Blunt?
I'm ready, bro.
People at home, you ready?
I'm ready, bro.
Let's do this.
It's popping. Target acquired.
Okay, so let's just get this out of the way because there is somebody in the background that is like, hey. You could see.
Yeah, and my daughter's coming in.
Oh no, I'm talking about none other than Booker T.
So as we go live,
T's yelling, "It's my birthday!" Hey, Blunt's daughter. Right
she
on
can't
time.
hear you because she's
right
on time to go live. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Right on time. I have a special guest today coming right through into the studio.
Might as well say hi.
He's like, we have master. Yo, what up? Booker T, thanks for joining us and thank you. Happy birthday, all right? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, big boy.
All right, happy birthday. Now, fuck out of here. Go back to work. Who else we got with us? We got Miguel Aquino.
What up, Daniela?
With Coco
Big
Melon.
Candy. Shout out to 103 in the building. Yeah.
And Mr. Facebook user. That's our boyfriend down under, I believe, right?
Is it?
Yeah. Morning bitches. Yeah. One of them.
All right. Let's get this show popping,
Donella.
bro.
You say hello to Donella?
Yeah, that's my neighbor from way back in the days.
You didn't know what to say.
Yeah. That's my neighbor. I didn't want to call out a name because I was going to say a lot of other shit. You know?
All right. Like you
three
said,
in the building.
Period. Like you said, period.
It's my neighbor.
All right. Thanks for joining. Yeah. That's our Facebook user from Australia.
Miguel, what's up? Let's get the show going, bro.
Yeah, man. We're talking. I talked too much already. All right. So we're going to start with what's big on the headlines right now out of Brooklyn. Okay. It continues. Operators, transit workers keep getting attacked.
Yeah.
And this story happened, I think it was on Tuesday. Brooklyn operator. At first, we thought it was from Gleason, but we find out that he's not.
Which depot is he from?
Depot. I believe the bus was, I believe it was a 47. Someone told me that in the news they said later there was the B47.
So it's a Flatbush.
I forgot what depot that is. If somebody knows, if I'm wrong, correct me, please. I don't mind.
If I'm wrong, let me know.
East New York. Thank you, Senor Aquino. East New York. Okay. Yeah, so allegedly, there was a little confrontation on the bus with the well, that's not the part that's alleged, but the passenger became irate with the operator. I guess words were exchanged, and the customer spat. The asshole spat on the operator and then took off. Now, this is the part that I got to say allegedly, because, it's on the news. We can't believe everything they say, but the cameras won't lie. Allegedly, the operator went after the perp. And I guess during the running, the guy picked up what they're calling a 2x4 and hit the operator over the head, knocked him out. If anybody knows how he's doing, I was trying to find out if anybody knew his condition so far, because they said that he got knocked out. Hopefully he's well, and they're still looking for the perpetrator. So
he's still in law. We do have a news clip.
Yes, we saw that. Those of you guys watch this, pass it around, and let's see if they catch this guy.
Catch this guy.
Yeah, because who knows what happened to this operator? Go ahead, throw that clip in. I think it's real quick, though.
Check this out, guys.
Attack on an MTA bus driver in Brooklyn. Police say the man spit on the driver as he was getting off the bus on Clarkson Avenue in Brownsville yesterday morning. The 57-year-old driver followed him off. They got into a verbal dispute, and then the suspect allegedly hit the driver in the head with a piece of wood that he picked up off the ground. The driver lost consciousness, was taken to Kings County Hospital, where he's listed in stable condition. That suspect ran off.
Oops. So yeah, you see, this is the problem. This is what's going to happen. I don't. It's not going to happen. I don't. Just it's my opinion, but he's going to be Transit's going to try to come down on him for the fact that he left his seat.
Yeah.
So I know people are going to be like, oh, bro, you can't say that shit, but you know.
No, but that part is true. I mean,
So whatever he could have got easily, Transit's going to fight him on it because he left his seat. They're going to say that was preventable. He should have never left his seat.
well,
Blah,
being
blah,
spat was
blah.
not preventable. We don't know what led to the point of him getting spat on.
Right.
But think about it, because on occasions, I talk to other coworkers, and even here on the show, we've spoken about that we talk about, I would just drop, if they hit me, whatever. But you really don't know how you're going to act at that moment. Things are getting heated, and somebody does that to your face. That's the real big disrespect,
Tell me about it. I got spat on in my face.
So I don't know.
I know.
How was your reaction? Did you get off? Did you?
No. Well,
were you like maybe shocked at the fact that you got spat on?
No. But my situation was different because it was a kid who wasn't completely all there. I mean, I was shocked that he spat on me because I wasn't expecting it. But the feelings was there. I wanted to strangle Shorty.
You wanted to get off the seat, but you didn't get off the seat.
No. I opened the door.
And back then there were no cameras. You could have.
Yeah, exactly.
I
opened the doors because they say you can't. You have to open the doors so that people can get off. So I called PRTT. They came. Come to find out that I wasn't the first guy that he did it to. That's when everybody else was like, "Yo, I know what kid you're talking about." So, but they had me fill out an IOD. I went right back to work. Although I took about an hour or two because I was fucking angry. It was hard to swallow that, but you gotta really understand that you are the professional. It could have been a lot worse, even though spit is a major violation. It could have been a lot worse. So I had a lot of people on my bus that I needed to make sure they got to where they, even though they ended up switching buses anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to react at that time.
It's just hard to like they tell us, don't get off the seat, stay calm, but we're all different. We're all brought up different. We come from different parts, and you don't know how we're gonna react. I don't know. You gotta understand. I keep saying I would stay cool, but I don't know how I would react.
You gotta understand that this is a different time right now. Back then, everything was gravy. People are so stressed out and right on the edge right now because of everything that's happening. So I mean, you really can't blame that guy for getting up, because if you take everything between what's happening in the government, this COVID being locked up, and all this stress that's on the driver, on top of his regular duties, it's hard for him. It's hard for you not to snap. It's hard,
especially you're there taking care of yourself while you're driving, because of the COVID.
He come violate that
spit you. Yeah, I mean,
it's not funny, but it's funny.
I felt that maybe he was trying to do it to catch him, hold him down. Maybe cops come because now you want to get tested.
Let me tell you something. In the streets,
who you're gonna learn, who you're gonna take.
That is the ultimate violation in the street. That's worse than saying your mama. When you spit on somebody, that is like the ultimate violation.
Now it's worse. Now it would be like saying
now even worse,
like you trying to kill you.
It's like attempt murder almost.
Yeah.
I got COVID. Tweet, nigga. Tweet. Remember the video we showed a long time ago with the two Chinese guys? Tweet. Can you imagine? Oh my god, that's just crazy.
Well, we just hope that the guy, our co-worker, gets through this. That he doesn't get too much heat. Like you were saying, we don't know what's going on. You don't know what was going on through his mind at that point. And I'm gonna say I'm thinking it had something to do with the mask. If you see the video, the guy didn't even have to.
Probably.
That's just my opinion. That's why I stopped. Listen. Now that I'm 35, there's so many people. I seen them. This happened today. The guy came into the middle door, the center door, the R6 on the 35. For those guys that don't know, the buses, the double buses. And I saw him come into the back door, but then he was facing away. He was like this, so I couldn't see his face. And I'm looking in the mirror like, this motherfucker don't have a mask. I'm sure he doesn't have a mask. You know, he gets off of the next stop, and I'm looking, no mask. No mask. He just got on with no mask just to get that ride. And a lot of them are doing it. So I got to the point that I ain't saying shit no more. I told this lady to please put her mask over a couple of days back. And Hispanic, I thought, some lady. I always say you got to watch your pick your battles carefully. So the lady, she's getting on like an old mask coming under the nose. So I'm like, ma'am, you have to have the mask up. She's like, I don't have to have the mask on, but I can't because I can't breathe. Shut up. Huh? I'm like, oh, yo.
You said she
I'm
was
not
a Spanish
saying
lady?
nothing. Huh?
You said she was a Spanish lady?
Hispanic lady.
Yeah, she got a hot temper.
No, but I said that's it. No more.
Yeah, but what you said what you were supposed to say. That's it. After that, whatever they do is on them.
Yeah, but why even say that when you're gonna come up with something like that? It could have been a dude would have said something like "fuck you, go fuck yourself," whatever. And then just sit there and eat it and be the fool, and everybody's on the bus. So I don't know. I'm like, I got my stuff on. I got my spray, my shit. You walk in, that's up to you with them people back there. What I do is I turn off the air.
And I think that's what the main message is out of this is you have to just make sure you're protecting yourself.
Just protect yourself.
Whatever they doing out on the other side of that barrier is on them.
Let natural, what do they call it? Natural.
Let nature take its course.
Yeah.
Natural selection.
Natural selection. Let natural selection.
But you have to
be careful.
Yeah, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. Don't wait for the union. Don't wait for nobody else. You have to protect yourself. So once you're doing that in your little secured section, they come in and out. If you feel like saying it, it's fine. If you don't say nothing.
We really need that.
You have to pick your battles, like you said.
They really need to close us up, man. It's getting.
But that's the onus is on MTA. The onus is on the union to enforce that, to put that message out there that they need to be boarding these buses and trains with these masks on. It's not up to the operator. The operator is not a deputized cop. The job is to move your bus or train from A to B, or your job is to open the doors. That's it. It's not to enforce any laws or anything like that.
Exactly. And to continue with this story, because we got some more things to talk about with this story. But right. I had here that the transit says that between July and the end of 2020, I don't know if we have that picture up. I'm looking
right now.
There were 58. There we go. 58 transit workers physically attacked between July and the end of 2020. Hundreds more harassed or spat on. So you can see it continues. Not all of them are going to be in the news. Something else happened on the 35 some days back, or that another operator was talking about. That there's always, it's like every day someone's getting harassed or spat on, cursed.
I mean, honestly, this is nothing new in MTA. This has been happening since before even I was inside MTA. It's just that right now, with the Citizen app, aka the Citizen app, and cell phones and social media, now it's more in the public eye than anything else. So now they can't sweep it under the rug like they usually do back in the days. You won't really hear about the assaults you get. I used to when I was in the depot, you hear almost every day an operator got assaulted. An operator got hot coffee, hot tea, some kind of urine, got hit. Somebody threw something, firecrackers.
You said the hot tea. They tell us that you can't get on the bus with a container that doesn't have a lid.
Who's they telling that to? The operator?
Right. They tell us that's a rule. Yeah, that's a rule. You can find it in the booklet also. But I'm gonna take my chance on telling this guy was getting on the bus with a hot cup of coffee. Yo, you need a lid? So he just said.
So he can go, yeah, fuck you. Now you just asked for it.
Yeah.
Right. But look to add to that, look at it. The MTA statistics show overall drop in felonies, but increased in burglaries and robberies and 6 murders over the year. double the figure in 2009, despite a 70% drop in ridership during the coronavirus pandemic. The year also saw a 62% dip in total arrests in transit system. 6 murders in the year. Now that doesn't say if it's I don't think it's anybody from transit that got murdered, but maybe somebody got murdered on the property.
Yeah.
But again, even though it may not be transit personnel who got murdered, the trauma in seeing or witnessing something like that in the aftermath.
And like Miss Paula Mejia says, it's just true. We have heard about this, right? It's supposed to get 500
TBTA officers that were hired. Yeah, remember that was
last
what
year.
Right?
That was last year. Early last year, they were talking
where the
about
fuck?
this.
Where are they? Where are these people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why did they take away transit cops in the first place and merge them with NYPD if they just took them away from transit? Period. You know, it's retarded, man.
You have some more. You have some more data.
Oh,
right?
the map. Remember last week I had put up the map from the NYPD site. Look at this map here. This.
So this shows Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan.
Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Man stabbed and slashed in the face on the D train. MTA bus driver smashed in the head. That's recent with the 2x2.
Yeah.
Queens, man hand slashed. Back in Brooklyn, man stabbed in the face on the J train.
I guess those other ones, except the ones that says MTA, are probably just passengers, strap hangers.
There's just instances that happen on transit property, but it still affects the operator or the transit personnel, whoever it is. It still affects them.
Oh man, look at this! What Roberto said. That's something. Where'd it go?
What's that?
I didn't see the flyer, by the way. See that? What happened to the to make a complaint, to make spitting assault a misdemeanor? So we have that sticker that says that there's 7 years.
Yeah, what happened with that is
for assault.
They started that back last year to make that an assault, but because of the pandemic, they pushed it back. But now they're bringing it back up this year.
Yeah, we need that.
I don't know if that's a political ploy or whatever it is, because it's an election year, so they're gonna start pulling out all the stops now. But you take it what you want to take it as. It just needs to get done. Even though 7 years is a joke. 7 years is a joke. If TLC could fight for 25
right now,
years,
what are they gonna do with him when they catch him? The guy that just hit
somebody needs to be made. Somebody needs to be made an example of. Somebody needs to do 7 years for anybody to take it seriously.
You know who's gonna do 7 years? Probably one of us.
Yeah,
one of us is gonna just have it enough that someone is gonna get on. It's gonna be the wrong operator. That operator's not gonna give a shit.
But we already
fuck up this person, and we're gonna make an example of them. And maybe then people will be like, "Yo, maybe this guy has something. Maybe this operator got something." Maybe they'll start thinking that way.
The sad thing is, in the public eye, we are already the bad guys. So transit people are already the bad guys in the public eye. It don't really matter what the last result of like the end of the video, what it is. They don't care about what happened that led up to whatever happened. If they find a way to spin it to make us look bad or make you guys look bad, they're gonna do that. In case in point, we had an operator who made the news on the 35. I think you remember this case, where the lady was smoking on his bus when he put her off the bus.
Oh yeah.
And then while she was on the floor grabbing him, he's trying to get off of her. But the way the news spent it looked like he was punching her. So that's what they put out there.
But he didn't get in trouble for that. The MTA said that he was right.
No, they tried to fire him, but he went to the yard. Yeah, he went to the yard, and while they was working that out.
So you telling me that in TV they were just saying that he did the right thing, and then behind closed doors,
in TV they were saying that he was assaulting her. And I know the operator. I'm like, bro. When I saw him, he's like, bro, that's not even what happened. He's like, yo, I was pulling away from her. She kept grabbing me. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I say, but it looked like. He said, yeah, no, but nah. Then I think he won that case eventually. But he was from Gleason. It was crazy. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, this dude was the nicest dude in the world. Like, I'm looking at that like, so yeah, the media, fake news. You know what I mean?
It's unbelievable. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing again, our coworkers, some of them, one of them is gonna have, she's gonna lose it,
The guys, you have to,
and you can't say stay calm or whatever because again, you don't know how these
no,
people are gonna feel when something like this happens soon.
you have to be able to protect yourself, but within the realm of what your job expects you to do. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna say for your mental stability, you should be asking your union if you can get. I think it is part of the insurance to pay for you just to find a professional to talk to lay your problems out every day because the job is extremely stressful and you
yeah,
need to
definitely.
speak to somebody to get that out. Doesn't mean you cuckoo.
And it's got even worse now.
Yeah, and with now what's happening, everything that's happening now is just more stuff on your mind that you just need to release. And I would
Wow.
say, see a professional.
Telling you,
Ain't
man,
nothing
I
wrong
was
with that.
actually thinking about that myself because I come home and my wife is like, "What's going on?" But I've always had a problem with it with that line. When I'm working at 35, it's like I get out of that line and I'm just like mentally, what do you call
Drained.
it, drained. Like,
Yeah,
any
and
other
that's
line
work.
that I work, I could come out and I could do a double if you got to go do something with the kids, whatever. I'm ready. But with this line, and
Well,
now
that
even more
line
with the shit that's going on,
that
like
line is mostly in the hood.
I used to love coming to work. I used to talk about that. Like people, oh, you're crazy. I used to love the job, but now ever since this whole shit started, like I can't wait to just be able to retire. I wish I could already retire. And I used to be okay with having my son like join the MTA. And I'm like, for what? There's no respect from anybody. Our employers don't really respect us. They see us as a number. We have a union right now that they're
It's in shambles.
invisible.
Yeah,
When we need them. Uh, I've made some complaints about certain things at the depot, and they're saying that they're getting right on it or whatever. Nothing happens. It's like they say shit just to shut you up, and
but
and then
you know,
it's just incredible. I've had it. I've really had it.
well, we got some young guys stepping up, so the future of the union looks pretty good.
Hope so. Let's hope so. We definitely need change.
You know, you
We
got
and I'll
like I
just
said
bring that up
last.
real quick. Real quick. He's not on our show today, but have you guys heard Mr.
Lee.
Ireland?
Mhm.
All right. He had asked for those that want to change. What was it he wanted to do? Reduce the power of one person, the president, right?
Mhm.
So he had said, if you guys are interested, and I already did mine right here. I filled it. I sent it to him to put my name on the list. A protest letter. Guys, just real quick, this is the email, Lee Ireland, ny@gmail.com. LEEIRELANDNY@gmail.com. You typing it?
Mhm.
Send him an email. Send him if you want to hear more information about this thing, because it's about knocking down the head of the dragon that is messing everybody up. And write to him. He'll send you more information on it. And I just wanted to do that. He didn't ask me to do it. I just figured while we were on the subject, I'd throw that up there. So Blunt, I think, is putting the email again.
It's
That's
up there.
for hmm?
It's
It's
up
up
there.
there. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So moving right along, right? We done with this one?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. Moving right along. We have a bus operator that got fired. I believe is out of Miami.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe it's Miami. I was looking,
I
I
was
couldn't find
wondering. I was
anything,
wondering.
but I believe it was Miami, Florida. Now, if somebody knows him or knows
Exactly
exactly
where.
where it was,
Yeah.
let us know. Correct me, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's in Florida. This operator got fired over a TikTok challenge. It's called a silhouette challenge. Um, we're going to show you kind of the whole thing, but without really showing you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blunt, throw it on, then we'll just talk about it.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool video.
I gotta hand it to him. He did his thing.
Yeah, and you
But
won't find it unless you look online because he took it off TikTok.
well, I got it.
Yeah, so do I.
I matter of fact, no, I don't know if I want to post it. I don't want to be
Not here.
responsible for that.
Yeah. But I
But
mean,
if you want to see
I
it,
don't know
I
if
can
he's
I
trying
can
to get his
DM you.
job back.
I can DM you if you want to hit
But
me up.
those of you that don't know the TikTok challenge is, you kind of looking all raggedy, whatever, and then the lights turn red, and you're like, you just. Some people actually have done it nude. It looks like they're nude.
Well, it looks like it. Well, yeah.
It looks like they're nude, and you just do that little dance. The problem is that supposedly he did it on the bus. I heard that some lower management had warned him about it, and he took it down, but it wasn't fast enough because then upper management had heard about it, and then they fired him. I don't know how much he had on the job. I'm hoping. I mean, it's something stupid to lose your job over, but I mean, we also this brings a point. Just be careful. There's a lot of us operators out there doing our little videos. I'm one of them, so I'm hoping I haven't done anything. I don't think I've done anything that will put me in that kind of heat. You just got to be careful what you post out there.
Well, that puts the company in bad light.
Yeah,
If
especially when you're uniform.
I mean, depending on what you're doing, that puts the company in a bad light. So, yeah, that just
Roberto,
you can't do certain things in your.
You're gonna watch the video, Roberto.
You can't do certain things in uniform. I mean, remember what they used to tell us about the strip bar down at the hole for the 35. If you wanted to use the bathroom, you couldn't go into that bar at all, not in your uniform. And we're like, if you're in uniform because somebody can snap a picture, and now you're on the New York Post because you know how the New York Post love New York Transit, and you coming out, driver, spent your tip money on titty bar.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you just went in there to take a leak.
Wendy Irving. Wendy, you know what? I'm actually thinking about that. So just stay tuned for that. She said, show me some skin, Pete. You just might get your wish. But yeah, the whole thing was that, done it on the bus. Don't do stuff like that. The thing is that maybe he even had this TikTok account without even his name. Like probably nobody even knew him.
And there's somebody in the depot who knew him
and
we ran and told that.
Yep. A hater. I would have to say probably a hater. Probably a hater.
Yep. Yeah, there was another instance Paula brought up. The police officer doing the June bug.
Yeah.
He got fired because he was in full uniform. Come on. You can't. Certain things you just can't do. I mean, the June bug, though, really? I guess the fact that he was in uniform just made the NYPD.
But what was he? Was he like in the precinct or was he?
No, he was. They said she was. I think he was in 7-Eleven. That's what she said, right? In 7-Eleven? Yeah, 7-Eleven.
Oh, really? Damn.
So,
damn. Oh, God. The hell, we're just having a little fun, It's not.
So, Mr. Facebook user, you represent the company and you're supposed to carry yourself as a professional while in uniform. The company will look for any reason to get rid of us.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes, D.
But
yes,
I don't know.
Ken.
I mean, hopefully, you think he'll get his job back, Blunt?
Oh, if he do, they're gonna move him from that particular spot that he's in, and maybe not. He probably won't drive for a little while.
And I guess it depends where it's from.
They probably make him lay low for a little while.
Yeah.
If they give him the job, he got to fight.
And then we don't know how long he had on the job either. So hopefully he got his time in that he'll just get, all right, listen, you can't be doing that.
Oh wow, look at this.
What's up?
Mr. Facebook user. My Facebook page has been sent to ethical standards twice. Jesus. What you doing, bro?
Staying low. I can see
what's
with
going
no
on with
profile
you?
picture. Unreal. All right, so we have something pretty cool to be happy for.
Willie Colon brings up that good point. This is a
that?
good point. That's unfair. What about the cops dancing and grinding at the parades? Yeah, that's double standards going on, man.
I guess that's because you're being with the people. They see it as you're being with the people, you know. So, because you want to win the support of the public if you're a cop out there. So I guess when they see you doing that with the people out there partying, I guess
Yeah, but that doing a June bug is not harming anybody. You're doing a dance that's actually famous now. It just makes, to me, it just makes you look like you one of the people. And I guess depending on what boss is sitting at the throne, right?
Exactly.
So, moving right along.
So, who won the Super Bowl, by the way?
That would be Tampa
Was it
Bay.
the Chiefs or the Bucks?
It was Tampa Bay, the Bucks.
All right. So, well,
that was actually not a good Super Bowl. It should have been way better.
I heard that the stripper was the best part of the Super Bowl.
Oh, the stripper
that made all that money because he bet against himself pretty much.
The stripper?
He made a bet. Was it on this Super Bowl?
I don't know. I know there was a streaker at the Super Bowl.
What did I say? Stripper?
Stripper, yeah.
A streaker. Supposedly he had made a bet with someone that there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl.
Oh, so it was him.
And it was him. He made a load of money by doing that. They said, hey, all you had to pay was $1,000 to get out of jail. And I think he made like triple that amount or something like that. He made a nice big, so, you know, smart, right? Smart.
Yeah. I don't know if that counts, but yeah. Listen, bro, that was probably one of the most exciting parts of the Super Bowl.
And
of course,
the
other
thing is something
us.
that we should all be proud of too. There's something else
we
should all be proud of as bus operators. Someone that was featured.
Oh, that's right.
In the Super Bowl.
Almost forgot about that.
A bus operator from MTV.
Yes,
his name is Luis Jimenez.
Shout out
to this out. Let's give him a Mr. Luis.
Check it out. If you haven't seen it, because I missed it, so I was
I didn't see
surprised to see it. So check this out if you haven't seen this.
Essential workers were honored at the Super Bowl.
Among them, a man from our city who spent months on the front lines of the pandemic. Our Alabama spent some time with him in this story that you'll see only on CBS 2.
Good afternoon, folks.
Luis Jimenez has been a New York City bus driver for 22 years.
I'm born and raised in New York, in Washington Heights.
He treats each passenger like a neighbor.
How you doing? I learned the times that they go ahead and show up, so I will wait a few minutes.
And that consideration
¿Cómo estás?
does not go unnoticed.
He always tries to make all the customers to feel good when he's driving.
But when the pandemic shut this city down in March, Luis' bus got quiet.
People was not allowed to come to the front door. They was only allowed to come to the back.
And with the risk of COVID on board daily, driving became his duty.
I had to help especially the essential workers that needed to get back and forth from work.
Luis got through with the support of his 5 kids and his teammates in the Timeless Torches, the WNBA New York Liberty's official dance team for men and women over 40.
They kept encouraging me, and that was part of the whole push that I needed to go ahead and come out here.
Working 12-hour shifts.
I make sure we wipe.
Month after month.
New York don't stop. We move New York. If we stop, New York stops.
His dedication is one of the reasons Luis was among the essential workers chosen to be featured by the NFL and CBS Sports in the Super Bowl pregame show.
We have chosen to show up for the world.
And we were there Sunday when his family watched with pride.
Kind of made me tear up a little bit.
I'm feeling very, very humble. Who had known that I would have made it to the Super Bowl one day?
I'm really proud of my dad.
We'll never be able to repay Luis and all of our essential workers for their sacrifice.
At the time when I was needed, I was able to say that I'm here.
But from all of us at CBS, thank you. From Washington Heights, Ali Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Shout out MTV. Shout out to MTV. Shout out to MTV, guys. Yeah,
that's definitely
how
good
do they
look.
pick someone like that? How do they pick you? You know, maybe the
I
public.
wondered.
You got a lot of apples, maybe a lot of commendations.
I wondered that people probably have to be calling in. You
Yeah.
know, but there's Louis. Remember, we had one from London that was like that too. A guy from the UK.
Yeah,
that was just like that. Greeted everybody almost the same. We have
Yeah.
a couple of operators that are like that, man.
You know, and I used to think that I'm a nice guy on the bus, but I don't know. I don't know if I could be as nice as these guys are.
Well, you're on a 35. It
You
ain't
know?
gonna work.
I wait for them to say hello first, because if you say hello the wrong way, sometimes they look at you like you're stupid. So
That's the 35 for you.
Oh.
Somebody asked where's the 35. 35 is in Brooklyn. Runs along Church Avenue, Brooklyn. It goes from Brownsville to Sunset Park. Right along Church Avenue.
What is it? East to west in Brooklyn? Yeah, east to west and west to east.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Across.
it's a rough. It could get rough there. It could get
Well, the
rough.
Sunset Park is not that bad. The once you cross Coney Island Avenue, heading towards Brownsville.
When you hit East 18th after Brownsville, that's when you like a sigh of relief when you hit that train station.
That's what I'm saying. The Sunset Park half is not that bad. There's a lot of Mexicans.
You get your a-holes there too, though. But
yeah, you do have some, but
yeah,
it gets rough from Church Avenue down to Brownsville.
Yeah, I mean that's the area where that operator was hit with a 2x4 towards that way. But Brownsville, the 35 actually crosses, but the 47 goes. So yeah, that's a rough neighborhood.
That's over there by the hospital, right? No,
almost,
no.
Almost. Part way. It's not. It's like 5 minutes from there.
Right.
5 minutes from there.
What up,
But as you
Damien?
brought up, speaking of London, because you brought up London, we got some news from London.
Check it out.
Oh,
There's no video. It's just a
no
picture.
video.
Yeah.
So what it is London bus drivers are set to strike over pay and conditions. They are to stage a series of strikes and disputes over pay and conditions. So members of Unite, based in several parts of the capital, will walk out from February 22nd. By the way, I'm reading this from Evening Standard, which is, I believe, a paper from London. The union is in dispute with French-owned company RATP, which operates 3 subsidiaries in London bus network. Workers at London United, which provide bus services in South and West London, will take strike actions on February 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And workers based at a depot in Epsom, Surrey, will strike on February 22nd and 23rd, while Unite members in Northwest London will strike on February 22nd. Wow, it's like they're hitting them from different corners. You know, they did warn that more strikes will be announced and disputes are not quickly resolved. And they know that they understand that the strikes will cause disruption to the general public. But they feel that this is the only way, the only fair way for them to get the word out. So as you see, guys, you know, everywhere, operators are being mistreated by management. You know, we're over here fighting kind of the same kind of battles. The only thing is, right, Blonde, that they could strike, but we really...
We could strike, we just chose not to. In fact, you bring a good point. Like I read today, by one of the Misfits sent text about the workers at Gleason's who did a little slowdown with the cleaners, where they decided to slow it down because one of the cleaners were mistreated. They tried to by management, saying that he didn't do his job or whatever, and so they tried to reprimand him or whatever. So the workers this morning, I don't know if it's this morning or the morning after, but they did like a slowdown where they refused to clean the buses. to do the COVID clean. I don't know if it's COVID cleaning or
COVID
regular
cleaning.
cleaning.
Well, it
So-
will have to be the COVID cleaning because they have them like at relief points.
Well, they said that
bus
about a lot of buses went out about 8 minutes late because management had to finagle people to find people to do the cleaning.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, that's a start.
Well, you're saying this. I'm going to tell you a little something. I'm not going to get too into it because I just heard it today from heard it through a grapevine. You're probably going to hear about this soon from another operator who does the little Shopgate. But it seems that we had Willie and we had JP in our depot. The whole unit was over there in the depot today. Looks like they were trying to fire a maintenance guy.
That's what this
That's
whole
what it
thing's
is?
supposed to be tied into. Yeah.
But the whole thing now, take this with a grain of salt. It's just what I overheard. That seems like two guys that were fired that I guess they got the job back were white. And the one that we're talking about that was fired, that's the one that's given a bigger problem for the same reason that the other two guys have been fired, is black.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is just what I heard, guys. It's a rumor, but hopefully we'll hear more about this. But this might get intense. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, it's still up.
Leave it right there.
It's still up in negotiations, not negotiations, litigation or whatever. You can't really speak on it right now.
Yeah, it's just what I heard today. So they were at the depot today. So hopefully,
Well, some of that stuff was in the news. So that part we can talk about.
What part was that? I didn't even hear it.
The part that I was saying.
Okay.
The part that I was saying was from an article. Was it the Post? I think it was the Post.
The beautiful Post, huh? Don't you just love the Post?
Fucking Post, yo. They stay on transit ass, yo. The Post.
And we get some information from them.
Yeah.
So that's her. So that's hearsay. Then we're not sure if that's real.
Yeah, it's from the Post.
Oh, okay.
So MTA workers want delays of striking. Workers refuse to clean buses. That's what it is. I'm looking at the article right now.
And I wonder if that's the same story, if it's something else that I heard.
Yeah, because it has JP's name in there.
Maybe that's
so.
Wow.
It says they're accusing the guy of falsifying information. That's not true. JP told the Post what they're doing is calling the pony a racehorse. They might not be happy with the job he did, but that doesn't mean that he didn't do the job. So trying to say he didn't do the job when he did do the job.
Well, he didn't do the job right.
Yeah, I'm going to click the link and I'm going to post that in both groups. In transit and our regular 2 Transit Misfit page and our sister page at Next Bus, please.
From our Misfit down under, Wendy. Over there, they call it work to rule or slow down. Just do exactly as management wants it done, even though it's slower. Yeah, so when this is basically the same thing here, they'll tell us rule book, which is the way that we were taught by in Zuriga. Right. So like 20 miles an hour, 1 bus per bus stop. You don't pass another bus. When you do all those things, when you're making a turn and there's people on the crosswalk, we're not to go over that. Like I think you talked about it on the last show or show prior to that, until that person is like completely off that crosswalk, the bus will move. So all those things are actually rules. They're the rules by MTA. So if we all follow those rules, in effort, they call it a slowdown, but it's just us doing things the way management want us to do. So what's up, Nas? Thanks for joining us. Nas in the house.
By the way, that article was given to me by Big Paula again. So just in case you're wondering, Paula.
Paula, thank you, Paula.
She sent that article to me. So shout out to Paula. Shout it out.
Let's get back with some other news. Not on transit. Right after this retro video. Yeah, you ready, Blunt? I'm gonna hit it.
Hit it because I was.
Driving a bus in a big city can be a very demanding job. you're always the biggest boat in what can be a very crowded lake. At any moment, there's a dozen things to think about and deal with. Everything from split-second driving decisions to all kinds of passenger hassles. You know what I mean. Things like the guy with no change.
You can't change this?
No, sir, we're not allowed to change.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Why can't you change this?
Or the cranky old ladies.
Card. Every time I get on this stupid bus, you want to see a card or you want 10 cents.
Or the ones that think that they don't have to pay the fare.
I'm a senior citizen and I pay my bill.
And every once in a while, you'll get someone who either gets physical with you.
Look, don't turn me down, lady. Come on. Give me a... Hey, don't...
Or with another passenger. You know...
Yeah, the special effects is crazy.
Those sounds, right? No, this is like for the 70s, right? And it's still relatable right now. Still going on. The only thing that we have that barrier. Oh, don't grabbing the operator.
Saw that.
That's what happened in China where the woman assaulted the guy went over the bridge. God.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy how time just
the more things change, the more they stay the same, kind of. The buses changed, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's old, ugly ass bus.
Oh my god.
Big
anyway, if you guys
bus.
go back and see the name on that TikTok, if you guys want to follow, I have a lot of stuff from transit. We'll probably keep posting more stuff as we go along during the shows. We have some other news here. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, member of the House of Representatives, the District 14. This goes out to everyone who has lost family to COVID. She's put this through. Where is it at? You got it up there? Where anyone who's lost, here we go, New Yorkers who lost their loved ones to COVID-19 will be able to apply for funeral expense relief. Reimbursing, actually, partial reimbursement, dating back to January 2020. It's something. You guys take notice of this. If you know anyone, share. Oh, by the way, share this show with anyone. Help us grow. So impacted families should start gathering the following necessary documents. Okay, so you get a verification, your identity. You're going to need the death certificate of deceased, and it has to show that it's related to COVID, and documentation of all costs associated with the deceased funeral. Right? Only one relation to the deceased will be eligible to apply. Okay, so you can't say the uncle's going to try and then only one person. So pick out who's going to file the claim. And for those of you who are undocumented, you also, if you lost a loved one, you're also covered by this program. Okay, so I think it's something. There's nothing that's going to relieve the pain that everyone has gone through with the loss of a loved one. Nothing that could ever be said. But this created a really hard impact on our pockets too, because it's something nobody was ready for. Mm-hmm. And if we get at least something, and someone would say, who's going to pay for all this? The taxpayers maybe. But
most likely,
yeah. But you know what? I think this is something that's worth it. And again, anybody that knows someone who's lost someone due to COVID, pass this information around. Okay. You could look it up if you look at her page, her Facebook page. What's her name again? The Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You could look that page up, and that information will be on there. Okay, so it's definitely something important, something that everybody should do. Going to help out, especially during this times where a lot of people have lost money, have lost jobs, haven't been able to get back to work. And then this happens in your family, and this just puts a bigger stress, bigger strain on the life. So, guys, check it out. All right, it's supposed to be coming up soon. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So from that, let's try to liven it up a little bit with this girl Most of you probably already saw the story.
If you didn't see it, you're living under a rock.
Oh my God, that's been everywhere. If you guys have heard about the Gorilla Girl, Gorilla Glue Girl, do we have to put a picture? We don't have to put a picture. We'll just talk about it real quick, and then we'll throw the video. So I think it started on TikTok, right?
Hey, oops, my bad.
Yeah, throw it up. Throw it up.
I meant to put the picture instead of the face.
So, this girl was doing something to her hair, and because she didn't have something, she used this other thing. And just watch the video real quick. Oh.
Check it out.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to
forever.
I think she got confused with the fact that her brand that she actually uses is called Got to Be Glue, and thought it was actually glue.
Yeah.
So
there's another story. People were
glue.
saying that she was probably talking about this thing called moco snot, gorilla snot, but it's definitely not the same thing. Someone has said that it wasn't that. She just ran out of that. But who keeps that around with your, hair products with the glue?
With your hair products, that should be in a totally different cabinet.
Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe she just looked around, saw it under the kitchen sink, said, "Oh."
I think she actually got confused with the fact that her product that she usually uses called Got to Be Glue, and she just thought that any product that's glue should do the same thing.
Oh God! So she was for. There was a video where I think it was a friend of hers was able to cut their hair. That whole
she cut that part off. Yeah,
but then she wound up getting a doctor that did it for free. I think it's like $12,000 for the surgery. He's what do you call it? A plastic surgeon. And took a while, but this is what got done, right? We got the after the surgery.
Yeah, check it out.
There's somebody here in LA to get you your hair done. Right. In some way.
You look great, girl. I just don't know. Thank you all so much.
Yeah. She is extremely lucky,
and must
she
be
has
grateful.
hair. That she has hair on her head. There was other pictures.
She had them for a month.
There was other pictures floating around with somebody's scalp bald, looking like Fireman Bill.
That wasn't
her.
Fireman Bill. That was no.
That was kind of funny. It's fucked up, but it's kind of funny. But
it was.
That wasn't her. That was her in the video. She actually still had hair on it, so she could style that up.
Reading is fundamental.
I mean, and they say she was trying to sue. I don't think she's going to get anything from them.
Nah, I'm sure that in the bottle it says something like that. If not, it probably will be after that. Do not use this as a hair product.
Gorilla
Just
Glue.
like that.
Gorilla Glue is more for like house things, like when things break in the house. That glue is like crazy glue.
Even more powerful than crazy glue.
Yeah.
Because the crazy glue, you put nail polish remover, and let's say if you put
acetone. That's what they use to get that stuff out of her hair. They had to use an acetone wash.
That's what they used.
Yeah, to get that out. But
she learned. Oh my God! But good thing her hair is okay.
Also with crazy glue, you could use hot water and it'll come off. If you use hot water,
Man, you put hot water in her head, that thing just slides right off. Like that was crazy.
Don't try that.
So guys, we're coming to the end of our show. We want to you guys remember sometime back we spoke about the logos that were racist logos. Remember that, Blunt?
We was doing, everybody's changing names. Yeah,
everybody was changing names. So today, I think it was the day that Aunt Jemima changed the logo. That's the old Aunt Jemima for all of us that remember it. Actually, it's a more updated picture of Aunt Jemima because according to PepsiCo, the parent company, since they started, they were trying to change it. They've been changing it.
Right. Over the years, they've been changing it.
They try to change the
Well, they was changing the image.
The image.
Yeah, they was changing the image. The name was still the same.
So, or is it?
But is it today or is it coming up? I thought it was
today.
like in June.
It was today. Today they changed it. Today they changed it. So Aunt Jemima was portrayed by Nancy Green back in 1893. So it's an advertising, right? So since his debut, the character has been criticized as an example of exploited African American woman, Aunt Jemima. So they're saying as derogatory, just like Uncle Tom. So what they did is, because back then the word aunt and uncle, they were not allowed to have like names like Mr., Mistress. So they called them. They called them aunt and uncle to the slaves. To the enslaved people. That's the derogatory word they used on them. So the PepsiCo, the company of Aunt Jemima, has been trying to change like the face to make it less derogatory, but it's still, they said that it was not good. It was still not the look that they wanted for the company. So they went ahead and did a complete change. The colors are the same. The font is still the same. And this is what it's looking at now. So they went with that name. Pearl Milling Company. Some people are saying that that's worse. I probably got to look into that. Don't know what Pearl Milling mean by that, but someone was saying that that's even worse than Aunt Jemima. I don't know.
But, I mean, it's not even appealing. Like, who's the marketing team behind this? Who the hell wants to eat pancakes from Pearl Milling? It just
Pearl Milling.
This just sounds terrible.
It was.
I think there's a lot of people who like Aunt Jemima.
I mean,
who felt that was a black brand,
Yeah.
And so they might be upset that they're changing it.
I thought that was like, back in the day, you had usually the caretakers. It was a black woman, caretaker for the family. And they did it in a lot of movies, that role that they play. But I guess for some reason,
I think what they're saying is that that's not what the intention was. The intention was to be racist. So they want to get away from that, which I can understand the company want to do that, but why not change it into something more positive? I mean, what the fuck is a Pearl Millings? Who the care? Why would you want to eat a pancake from a milling factory?
Mm-hmm.
Does that even sound appealing?
Not to me. I'm keeping the bottle though. I have a bottle. I'm keeping that bottle.
I was just thinking that today, the shrink wrap one.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a collectible, right?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Should I keep the syrup in there?
I was saying because we got a brand new bottle. I was like, I think I'm not going to even touch it. Just leave it like that.
To keep the glass bottle and the plastic bottle and a box and seal it all up, right? It might be worth some money later.
Just keep buying the ShopRite brand. Even Uncle Ben's is changing too.
Yeah,
Uncle Ben's is changing too. It's just called Ben's something. Ben's Rice or Ben's something.
But there was a whole thing. We talked about that, right? Did we?
Yeah, there were a few logos.
Story behind Uncle Ben's.
Yeah, it was because of the brother that got killed at the hands of the cops. That's when it all started.
George Floyd. Yeah. George Floyd. Yeah.
That's when all this started, and the changes started coming about. But again, hey, I guess people that love Aunt Jemima, they're still gonna buy it because they know the product that's in it. But it's gonna take some getting used to. You go to a supermarket, it's like Pearl Milling.
Yeah.
Who's Pearl?
It looks the same, so you're probably just gonna pick it up anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damien says, hopefully there's no stock in that syrup.
Maybe there is on Pearl Milling.
Nas is talking about Mrs. Buttersworth.
That's another one. That was another one that we were talking about changing. Yeah, we had spoken about that too. Mrs. Butterworth was another one. Yep, quite a few. But guys,
it's too sensitive nowadays, man. I mean, I understand, but Jesus Christ, everything.
It's a whole.
So you're gonna change Wonder Bread too, right?
Imagine.
How about saltine crackers?
You
They're
got
gonna
one.
change that too.
Guys, if you could think of something that
think
has
of some
not
names
been
of what they
thought,
need to change, right?
yeah, that you think they should change it, and give us your name. All right, hit us
Yeah,
up
what you-
on our email. Hit us up on an email. Okay, this is something cool to do.
We have some the funniest
at
ones.
gmail.com. Give us your funniest one. If you could even create it, a picture,
A logo,
and send it to
create a
and
logo.
send it to us and see what it was before and what you would call it. That'd be awesome. If we get enough of them, we'll show them on the next show. Okay, that should be great. So I guess we're here. We're at the end of our show for today. Again, don't forget, follow us on all these spots. We're all there. You got your podcast in there too? Or you don't have your podcast in there? The Blunt has his podcast.
It's there. It's just covered with the banner.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at the Brooklyn Pete. We got another email if you guys want to hit me up. Of course, we always have our group, twotransandmisfits@gmail.com. If you want to be part of the show, want to join us, want to come on and talk about something, hit us up, and we'll do the best to get you on. Okay. So, Blunt, we're gonna say bye now, I guess, right?
Shout out to Talon. Talon was requesting we talk a little bit more on that transit assaults. So we did a good job for you, Talon.
All right. Awesome.
Where's she at? Where'd she go? I just saw her. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Like, where'd she go? All right.
Thank you. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your support, guys.
We always want any input, you guys. Please hit us up. Don't be scared.
Nope. And if you comment it now, we see your comment, we'll respond to the best that we can. One thing I wanted to say: if you ever comment after, if you're watching this as a repeat, you're replaying it, and you're gonna comment on something, either be real specific, or type what part you're talking about. Because sometimes people say, "Yeah, I agree with that," and we're like,
we don't know
what you're talking about, agreeing to. Because after the show, it just pops up as a comment. We don't really know at what point you put it in or what you're talking about. So you could say, "Oh, about the operator that got attacked in Brooklyn," and put a comment. All right, it just makes it easier for us to respond to you. So, guys, thank you so much. I just want to tell you guys before we leave, and then Blunt take us out. Remember to stay safe, be confident in yourself, and always keep it real. That's from me to you. We'll see you next week, Blunt.
And for my quote of the week, before we go, folks, I will say, we are prisoners of the present, ever evolving from our past to the future. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.
Peace.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.